Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Matt Troyce here, and tonight I'm going to show you how to make Ketogenic Pizza. Alright, here we go. We're going to start off with 2 cups of mozzarella cheese, along with 2 tablespoons of cream cheese, mixed together in the oven at 450 degrees for about 30 seconds. After it is done melting, take it out of the oven and leave the oven preheating at 450 degrees. I just added in 4 tablespoons of coconut flour to the mixture of mozzarella and cream cheese, followed by 3 whole eggs. Now you can substitute the coconut flour for almond flour or use a mixture of the two. I just so happen to like the taste of coconut flour. It gives a natural sweetness to the dough. Now I'm just using a fork to blend the ingredients together to create a dough-like consistency. And after about a minute or so, it'll really start to come together. Now I'm adding in a generous helping of Italian seasoning to the dough. And now I'm blending it with a fork to make sure it is evenly distributed amongst the dough. And now I'm going to be transferring the mixture into a new pan. But first I'm going to add a generous amount of olive oil to the bottom of the pan to coat it evenly, just to prevent it from sticking to the pan. Now you can substitute the olive oil for parchment paper and it'll do the same thing. Now I just added the dough into the new pan. Now this dough is a lot of dough. You could split it and make 2 pizzas with it. I just so happen to want to have a thick crust pizza. So I'm just using my utensil here just to flatten it out, trying to get it to the edges of the pan. If you have parchment paper, you can place a sheet over this dough and just roll it out with a rolling pin, and it'll make it as flat as you want it. If you want a thin crust or a thick crust, it's totally up to you. Now I'm just using my hand to flatten it even further. I added a little bit more coconut flour just to prevent it from sticking. Now look at that, it looks like a real pizza dough. Now I'm going to put it in the oven at 450 degrees for about 15 minutes. Alright, after it has finished, as you can see, it's golden brown, it's crisp, it's almost cooked thoroughly through. But now it's time to add the toppings. First of all, I'm adding a generous amount of tomato sauce to the top. Now I try to find one that has the least amount of sugar as possible. And they are out there, you gotta find them. They're at Trader Joe's. That's one of my favorite places to shop for anything ketogenic. Now I added in some minced garlic to the sauce. I love a good garlic sauce. Alright, now I'm adding some dry salami. You could add pepperoni if you like. And now I'm just sprinkling a small amount of mozzarella on top, seeing as the majority of the dough is mozzarella. And to top it off, we're going to put in some organic greens on top, just to give it some crunch. Alright, and here we go. 5 minutes later, put it in the oven. The crust is crispy. It smells delicious, looks delicious. All right, here we go. We're gonna take a taste test. And wow, bada bing, bada boom. You guys gotta try this. For 2 net carbs per serving, you can't go wrong.